Peace to the chat. Grand Rising. Yeah, I slept the latest I ever slept in my adult life. I woke up like 12:44 p.m. I just couldn't believe what time it was. Yo, is my screen sharing? I'm doing this. I'm using this. I'm using this damn StreamYard. Yeah, was y'all able to see the video? I couldn't even tell. Let me see.
Why you just do that?
I'm trying out the StreamYard thing. Let's see. How do I? All right, let's see. Audio. All right, let's try it again. Let's try to share the screen again. And how do you? Let's try it again. All right, so that should be sharing. I don't see it sharing. Yeah, it's not sharing. Let me try something else. Messing with StreamYard, man. I can't get nothing done. Let me share the window. All right, is my screen sharing now? So weirdo StreamYard. Oh, okay. Oh man, this is corny. I know what I gotta do. I know why it's not sharing. This is the StreamYard is cheesy as hell compared to Zoom, yo. This is cheesy. I see why it's not sharing. You gotta share. You gotta do so much. You gotta add to the stage. Damn, it's so much stuff you gotta do to share something. It's retarded. You want like 4 times, 5 times the amount, 6 times the amount to charge than Zoom.
They don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. We the original, #1, uno, we're not alike, you know. All like we made in the image, our likeness. Our image is righteous, our lineage is priceless. You can't buy or sell it, they try it. They try to sell it, they try it. They don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, They don't like us. 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 They don't like lookalikes. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like lookalikes. They don't like us. We the original, number one on the road. We're not out of light, you know. Y'all are all liars, like we're made in the image and likeness. Our image is righteous, our lineage is priceless. You can't buy or sell it. It's right. Can't think or sell it. It's right.
All right, so family, the Hotepers, they realized that they cannot, along with the Pan Africanists, as long with the trolls, they realized that they cannot do anything great without saying FBA in their titles, in their arguments. That you gotta say FBA if you want to be relevant today. All right, that's the jingle. You gotta say FBA. Now they hate FBA so much, but none of them can make money without saying FBA. None of them are relevant without saying FBA. So we're gonna check out some of the foolishness. The Hotepers, man, the Hotepers came out in mass. These guys came out in mass. You know, we're gonna hear some of the stupidest arguments you're ever gonna hear in your life. And of course, I got rebuttals for these guys. You dig? Hold on. So these guys went from. They want us to believe that they went from. They went from. Shit. They want us to believe that they went from. How do I start? Okay, there we go. That they went from building pyramids to driving Ubers and
Daddy?
Postmates. Yeah.
Okay.
No, busy right now. Okay. So these guys, let me get the right. Here we go. Let's get the right one, baby. Now, okay, bring it to the stage. The sharing is stupid. Okay, so in order for us, move that. Okay, in order for us to, I'll get rid of this. So they calling this dude Dr. Reggie. This dude don't have no doctorate. This is what they do. They just give fancy titles, you know, Dr. this, Dr. Zeus, you know, all this Dr. Jekyll and, you know, all this fancy titles that the academics, nothing supports that. None of the education behind supports that they are a doctor or have a doctorate in any way fashionable. Anyway, you gotta say FBA if you want to be relevant today. Listen to this, and it's all goofy points they never want to pull up. They talk amongst themselves, like everybody, like all the Pan Africans, all the African tethers. What do I say? They love to talk about us, but they hate to talk with us on our terms. They'll invite us over there and mute us and talk over us, like DJ Manny Fresh. You heard her.
Chat. See, I don't have to disrespect you. I just have to show information. You said that we can get reparations based on ancestry. Okay, so I was on the phone, so we're waiting. So while he's doing that, yeah, I'll wait. How's everybody doing tonight? Am I making myself clear? Crystal clear?
Now this is Goofball Reggie. That's his real name. He's been online for like 20 years, and he cannot get it popping. He cannot become relevant at all. So what happens when you're online all that time and can't get it popping? You eventually turn to a permanent troll. You try to clout, or like they say, do anything for the clout.
So he didn't give us anything to bite on. Sa, I put it back in the chat. If you can put it on the screen. Thank you. All right, here is the African American Slave Descendants Litigation Appeals of Deirdre Farmer Pellman et al. And filed in federal court on reparations.
He was already exposed this guy reading court documents, but I have no idea what he's reading. I want to get to the crash out.
Oh my God.
Right over here.
Hello, my daddy.
Chairman of New York. Black.
Hold on. Here you are. You put your life on the line for black people. And for them to come to you and say you're not FBA. That is crazy in itself.
Daddy.
So this is the guy who says, this is the guy who just said, you put your life on the line for black people, for them to say you're not FBA. See? When they say black, they're using it in its racial definition, in its racial sense, all inclusive for anybody that's African descent. Dude, that's not how we use black, okay? So now that the memo has been sent to you, you're not reading it, you're not checking your email, you're not checking your text, your notification, dude. Black is not inclusive, man, to everybody of African descent. When you say black people, we know it as only those of the lineage. U.S. chattel slavery, Jim Crow, Black Reconstruction. That's it, man. That's it. Black is a proper noun. It's not an adjective. We're not describing people how they look and how dark they are. All right. So yes, you might have put your life on the line for people of African descent, but you have not done it exclusively for Foundation Black Americans. Big difference.
Hold on. Here you are. You put your life on the line for black people. And for them to come to you and say you're not FBA. That is crazy in itself because my father is Puerto Rican. But my mother is African American. My mother is black, African American. Do you know what I'm saying?
So what that got to do, man? Like we don't care if both of your parents are Puerto Rican. Like what they got to do with the point. The point is there's a delineation going on, okay? And everybody's always been delineating. We're just last to the party. We're late to the party. So we really don't care who mothers who daddies who. You're the FBA, you're not. So by the way he described it, dude, if your dad is Puerto Rican and your mom is a Foundation Black American woman, then you're FBA, bro. All right? I don't know how hard that is to understand. But let's say if neither one of your parents were FBA. Does that mean you can't ride for what's right? Right? So let's say you're a complete immigrant. How is that any different than Shirley Chisholm, Stokely Carmichael? They were not FBA, but we give them, a little respect for fighting for the cause. So you don't. So immigrants, right? If you're listening, especially Afro-Caribbean immigrants, you don't have to be FBA to support us, to ride with us. You can be non-FBA and still do what's right on behalf of FBA. So Sanetta is misrepresenting our talking points. Our talking points is not, if you're not FBA, you're automatically not. He just made that up. That's not our stance. It's about who's with the lineage. That's all. We're just figuring out who's of the lineage and who's not. And just because you're not doesn't mean you're an enemy. Okay? Your actions just decide that. And undermining and putting FB on blast, those aren't actions of allies.
So Sarnetta should really be walking off of this YouTube channel after spending damn near all day with some of you with $100 in his cash app every goddamn day. And that's nothing compared to what these other brothers doing. Racking in 1,000, racking in 500, shit like that. And it's just sad that our people do type of shit like this.
No, but you're gonna put them online because we have 200,000 subscribers here and 100,000 subscribers here, and they've been mouth jacking all this time period. Okay, so now we don't believe you. We don't believe nothing that you say, FBA. You done took it from Nilly Fuller. You done took it from all of our greats, right?
Now, this is a guy who just gaslighting. Okay, he's what they call rage baiting. You took it from Nilly Fuller. He's trying to cause fake division within the lineage. Dude, those scam African tactics do not work, bro.
Took these terms, and now what you're doing is you're trying to act like we don't see it. So what we're saying now is we don't believe nothing no FBA say about reparations, because you came to us with reparations. You left ADOS, you started talking about you can do it. We don't see you on no commissions, no writing, but we do see you jacking these people, right, with hate on Black and Caribbean people, and that's how you making your money. You're doing it the sleazy way, yo. You're doing it the sleazy way. That's the sleazy way to go against your own, but at the same time you're making YouTube AdSense money from white. Like, look at this whole show. Like, we don't get too many commercials on our show.
You know what I'm thinking about, Reggie?
Yeah,
and we
so
don't let
again,
you go,
family,
bro.
he just babbling.
The GOK, you next. What I was thinking about one day, and this realismism, YouTube saved a lot of Black people, brother. I don't care what they say about YouTube. You got niggas that's ignorant, like crazy as hell, dumb as hell, but their view count is up and they getting paid. Like, for example, no disrespect to Hassan Campbell. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, brother. No disrespect to you. But can you imagine if it was no YouTube? Did you see when I first interviewed him? Come on, me and you, we went to his projects. YouTube have saved a lot of Black people, including me. I'm going to say, God damn it, including me, because now that I got sick, I was able to be outside in the street. And so now what I do, I try to get my ends from YouTube. See, so I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about YouTube. What YouTube have done saved a lot of Black people.
But they don't pay us well. So
right. They don't pay over here because I'm tuned into the wrong audience. I am definitely tuned into the wrong audience. You know, you can look at the brother.
Yeah, you got to be tuned into the right audience. This is how you be successful on YouTube. This is how your channel gets the right numbers. You have that's the first thing you do. You got to target your audience, the message that you want to broadcast. You got to find the right audience for that message. You can't just run that message past all audiences. Not gonna work. So you got to shop your message around.
Fatty, shout out to Fatty, and see how they generate income, right? And look at what they say and look at what they teach and what we teach. But I would love that audience that he got. You see where I'm going? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not hating on nobody that's getting it. I'm just telling you, like, damn, man, it's just crazy.
No, but now we have the biggest so-called new movement, the FBAs, who've been jacking our people for money, saying on reparations and all of these other type of things. Okay, so now,
hey, hold up, Reggie. I'm sorry. I keep hearing this right here. TikTok is the real money maker. Now, let me throw my TikTok page in there. They are saying.
Let me read the cash app. I'm sorry, a super chat. Lineage Love is from. Let me say the name correctly. Oh, Yashar Napash. Appreciate you, brother. All right. $5 super chat. He said just for his love for the lineage. Yeah, like the video as you come in. Let's entertain this red.
In order for me to go live and monetize, it's different than YouTube. I don't know what it is. I was reading it. They said I need 10,000 goddamn subscribers, bro. I'm like, God damn. I need 10,000 subscribers.
It's easier to get it on TikTok than it is on YouTube.
Get paid? So let me throw my TikTok joint up in there. Hopefully the people.
Yeah, what does Babel Reggie know about getting it easy? This dude failed on YouTube for the last 20 years. You definitely don't want his advice. Speaking of TikTok, my TikTok is Bias Ron. I'm trying to get on there and go live. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're about a quarter from 1,000 or close to a quarter. We're getting there. I'm Bias Ron. If you're on TikTok, search me up, follow. I follow back. And we're going to try to get me up to 1,000 so I can go live and cook over there.
All the
Okay,
people
we're gonna do it like this.
was
Everybody,
my TikTok.
when he do it up there, I haven't subscribed to TikTok, but I will. So everybody subscribe to Sonetta TikTok. If you are on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, just let us know that you subscribe.
And
So
by the
let's-
way, like it's just crazy how he's massaging Sonetta's studio when he just was telling us he's no longer over there because he's not appreciated. He said they be disrespecting him. Yeah, all this stuff to say behind their back, which Pan-Africanists do. They talk about people behind their back. Brother Reggie was saying all this stuff about Sonetta Studios. Oh nah, they let folks disrespect me. They talk over me. They don't got no books over there, no scholarship. I'm doing my own thing. His channel flopped and failed, and now he's back over on Sonetta acting like he ain't say none of that. These Pan-Africans, man, you can't trust them, man.
let's get him 10,000 views if that's the real moneymaker.
All right,
And-
y'all saying Sonetta, you need the youth. Yeah, I definitely. I've always been working with the youth. Always. I've always done that.
Yeah, they stole your audience.
Yeah.
They stole your audience, and we
All
had
right, let's go to our brother GOK. What's up, man?
Yeah,
What's on
it's
your
about
mind?
money. That's why you stay pocket watching Tariq Nasheed. You dig? Like these, a lot of these guys are just jealous of him. They want to be in this position, and they see him as their leader, right? They the ones that see him. Tariq haters see him as a leader. They are the only ones that recognize him as a leader. We don't see him as a leader. He's our brother. But the haters, they look at they hold him so high. They actually see him as their leader.
Fine, brother.
Nothing much. Everything's good. I'm glad to be here. Hey, Sonata, just piggybacking off of what you were saying, you've been in the game for a long time. Like, I know you probably don't recognize me, but I've known you for like over 20 years. I remember my sister, she went to Columbia University, and she lived in Harlem. And I used to work up in the Bronx. And every week I would stop by and I would pick up your cassette tapes. Dr. Ben, everybody. And that's when you was out, when you first started, kind of, you was out there, and I was picking up your tapes, your VCR tapes, and then you switched to DVD, and now you on YouTube and you doing big things.
Now,
Bro, you going way
yeah,
back.
I'm trying to send the StreamYard link. And what the hell did they send in the chat? Yeah, I don't know what that is, fam. I'm trying to send the okay. It says share referral link. That ain't what I want. I'm trying to send a link for folks to hop on. Yeah, damn. How do you send the StreamYard link to invite people? All right, so this dude right here just gonna D-Ride. So let me fast forward him.
try to end his career while he's 80 years old and take money from his family while he's still working after all the things that he then did. It's the same thing with Sonetta has done. I met him, Sonetta, man, he was suited and booted, right? Always on the move, always on attention, commanding troops, right? And I mean, really commanding troops, right? Now, check this out. In the old days, all this jibbing, that wouldn't be in Harlem when Sonetta was there. All of this stuff, you see 40, 50 people roll up on you real quick and just want to talk, right? But you better
40, 50 people roll up on you who just want to talk. Like, what this guy talking about? Like, all this truth won't be happening 20, 30 years ago because 40, 50 idiots will approach you on some rah-rah. They want to shut you up to talk. This corny dude. And Brother Reggie, you were definitely not one of those 40, 50. I guarantee that.
So now Sonetta's aged and so am I, right? People don't know my history, right? How do I get to be Dr. Khalid Muhammad's pallbearer? How do I get to be that? How do
Exactly.
I get to be Dr.
D-Rodney.
pallbearer?
Exactly.
You're the foundation.
Right, you didn't beg like hell. Yo, let me get it, brother. You paying people off? Yo, let's fast forward this. All he wants to do is talk about this fake OG pass he supposedly has. Like brother Reggie's the fakest OG in my life I ever seen in my life.
70,000 views in 2 days. Says Professor Small says FBA is CIA. Professor.
Look.
No, but that's how you show that they're not on code.
Look. Family, these guys are jealous as hell. Pocket watching. They are live stream watching. They are live viewer watching. They're mad that our channel's views are crushing their Pan-Africanist channel views, man. They mad as hell. That's significant being on code.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what?
You talking about titles of videos?
Yeah, the video that they put out on Professor Small to try to ruin him. They got 70,000 views in 2 days. Says Professor Small says FBA is CIA.
Look at these guys. View watching. View pocket watching. 70,000 views in 2 days. Yes, none of y'all can do that in a whole year. Got that in 2 days. None of these guys in any of these channels can do 70K in one whole year. He did it in 2 days. Hate. We got the glow, family. That's why I talk about that glow. We got that.
Hey. Who would do something like that?
Negroes. That's who.
Who? My whole problem is, and then think you targeting Professor Small. You're 80 years old. You targeting yourselves.
What?
Bro, we don't age shame, okay? Aaliyah said age ain't nothing but a number, bro. Listen, disrespect cannot be forgiven. Your age cannot get you immunity from disrespect. All right? You want to say some disrespect? You know, we ain't even really cooking him like that. We just calling him out on his hypocrisy, double standards, contradictions, his flip-flopping. You know, that's what we doing. We ain't even like cooking the old man, like really like disrespecting him and clowning him. We're not doing that. The dude sounds zesty as hell. That's a fact. He always sounded zesty. He bragged about being Malcolm X's bodyguard. That's nothing to brag about. You see what happened, right? Where and word on the streets is that he is the security guard that didn't search the gunmen, the masked gunmen, or whatever they were. I don't know. That's just what I heard on the internet and around town, that he was the bodyguard who didn't search anybody. That ultimately led to Malcolm X's assassination. I didn't say that. I heard that. And I'm trying to reach out, see if there's any truth to that. Yeah. So Zesty Smalls, Small Hat Smalls, Flip Flopper, Pan Africanist one day, FBA, just all over the place. And you know, I call these guys, I said they ass. They ass. ASS is an acronym. It's AAS. It stands for African Ass. Wait a minute. Was I sleepy last night? I think I botched that acronym. Yeah, it was late. It's like 3 a.m. I got to fix the acronym. It ain't making any sense. But listen, the bottom line is that they're view watching, they're live view watching, and they're pocket watching. They're mad that their views is no match for ours. Even small channels like myself is cooking all of them, damn near all of them, and they pocket watching. You know, they see the money rolling in for FBAs and being subtracted from the FBA haters.
What you mean he's done? Professor Smalls is not done. Niggas is crazy. He's not done. There's too many people that love him. Too many people love Professor Smalls.
Even if everything they
say, but those too many people don't support him. That's why he's done. You see, listen, family, our love comes with support, and a lot of times the love and support, we have money behind it. Professor Smalls, he's losing money. Y'all love him so much. Where is the support and money behind that love?
Not right. That's in-house black business. Everything that Malcolm said, right? Everything that Garvey said, everything that Dr. John Henry Clark said, Dr. Ben said, Du Bois said, Booker T. Washington.
Reggie,
right?
It's more people that's not down with FBA than they are. And so think about all the people that's not down with FBA. They cling to Professor Smalls. And we talking about the Africans. We talking about the Dominicans. We talking about the Puerto Ricans. We have. We might be even talk about the Native Americans because you see Professor go in on all of that. He teach about all of that. So he's more welcome now than he ain't done. Y'all niggas sound crazy. I don't know.
You don't think y'all got numbers, but you know what? In the community loves Professor Small because they seen his work. They don't know you. You might think that you're tough. You might be doing your push-ups. You might think that you got a little extra money, but there's some places I tell you, don't be running that Professor Small stuff, right? Calling him a whole bunch of names, right? He's beloved. He's beloved.
Yo,
So why?
Reggie, when we was having a Million Youth March, Dr. Khalid was promoting Hard Body. We go to Broadway on 147th in Broadway. Now Khalid is riding in the big black truck with the sunroof open. You can probably find a picture with him sticking his body out.
I seen that. Yeah.
And you see his hands like this, like they out like this, right? You'll see it. Reggie, when I tell you Dominicans came from all four corners of the community, brother. Dominicans. Don't think they not watching the movement. They showed Khalid mad love.
All right, family, my bad. I stepped away. Let me speak to that. Like, we're not going to lie and say Professor Small Hat is getting these imaginary views, support, and money. He's not. Family, if you're well loved, the money, the support, the views, all that stuff is inevitable. If you look at Minister Louis Farrakhan, he's beloved. And you can see how he look, how he move. You can tell the money, the love, support is behind Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know what I mean? Like, we don't got to fake this. Even like a tether like Kai Cenat, you can tell the dude is being loved, supported. You're not going to sit here and tell me you could look at Professor Small Hat and say that he is the example of people loving him, supporting him, and sending him money. There's no way you can tell me that. The same with Sister Sarah Setti. There's no way you can convince me he looks like people are supporting him, loving him, and sending him money. No way in hell you can look at these folks and believe that. So Sinetta, stop it. Professor Small Hat, nothing gives that he's loved, supported by the multitude, bro. He's relatively unknown. I'm probably just as well known as Professor Small Hat. Okay? Stop it.
I was like, I ain't gonna front. I was surprised. I was looking like, God damn. And they was loving Dr. Khalid. And so he was always constantly on New York 1. And Giuliani was like, you ain't gonna have this march. And Khalid said.
And then retarded Reggie said that what did he say? Oh, they doing the work. Imagine they work, man. Cute clueless butter said the table, imaginary table. Now retarded Reggie is saying the work. What work are you guys doing, man?
Where's he going?
We're gonna have this march over my dead body. We're gonna have this march. So he was going back and forth with Giuliani. For those of y'all who remember, he's the one that sent what's my man name from New York 1? He packed him up and got him up out of there. What's his name? From New York 1, the big dude, the fat dude, the chubby.
He's talking about Dominic
He made
Carter,
a mistake and brought Khalid on New York 1 and interviewed them. You don't remember that?
I just don't remember the person's name. Somebody in the chat will.
And right after that interview, that nigga got fired.
I think he's talking about Dominic Carter, that Dr. Khalid Muhammad interviewed.
Khalid was killing him.
And that's how it is.
With Donahue.
And you know what, Sonetta? I wasn't even paying attention to all of this stuff. There's a sister named Tamika out there, and she not into the blackity black stuff like that. And she may not even really care about Professor Small or anything like that. But she called me up on the phone. You know how we be sleeping, Sonetta? We be tired. She emailed me and she said, Brother Reggie, are you watching this? She said, she don't like it. Brother Reggie, you need to watch this. And I found out that Black people who claim that they like black people attacking another black people because of a disagreement. And who benefits? Right? Oh, they benefited because they make cash out money and stuff like that. But guess what? FBA, this is the show right here, Black News 102. All your little gibberish that you got to say, all your little lies that you've been lying to people, come on this show right now. Come on, hey, Moises, Moises, thank you so much.
You know what video I can't find, Reggie?
Yeah, what?
I can't find the video you did with the Egyptian scholar woman. I can't find that, bro.
And why are you turning it into gang banging? Why are we turning everything into gang banging? If you ain't with FBA, you ain't with us. Why are you turning everything into gang bang? Are y'all the same people who are turning hip hop into gang bang? Who are
Okay, these are the same people just giving straw mans, fake arguments.
Chris, you still got
turning nationality into gang banging? Everything turns into gang banging and throwing up FBA side.
Tariq Nasheed is a master of marketing. He's a master marketer, so I'm not going to.
He definitely know what he's doing. He definitely know how to do that.
But you know, and other people, unfortunately, what's his name? Carson. What's his name?
Billy Carson.
He ain't got a movement, and he making a lot of money. But he's a master marketer, and he can change and switch. And Brother Small's conversation with him is an inside conversation. But these goofballs that
dude, just admit y'all failed, man. Oh, he's a master marketer. No, it's just common sense marketing, man. Oh, no, he just did it the right way. Y'all should have took notes instead of hating.
Following who don't have no information because they weren't part of Hidden Colors. They weren't part of what Tariq was doing, right? So they taking it too far, right? But so listen, I'm not here banging on Brother Tariq Nasheed, but we need to have a conversation with the goofballs.
Yeah. All right. Let me bring on Moses. What's up, Moses?
So this guy's bringing up just a bunch of you can say dick riders. Like just a bunch of like what's the point of that? Where's the diversity? Talk about us, but afraid to talk to us.
Look at them FBA all day. You sound like
all right, man. So I saw this one comment from this dude, Chew Shaka Clan 369. And hopefully he'll come on the platform because
they cowards saying.
He put this comment in there saying anybody that points us at Africa is CIA. Who cares? Y'all been CIA for 30 years. All right, so peep this, right? Why would the CIA point descendants of African slaves to Africa when America benefits off of the resources, off of African resources? The main reason why you would have people actually diverting our attention away from Africa is because if the African diaspora was to come together on the continent of Africa, it would turn off
There are these fantasies, Wakanda, hypothetical, nothing burgers. If the diaspora will come together and meet with Africans, a bunch of bullshit, family. Fantasy, hypothetical, nothingness. Peter Pan.
African resources. The main reason why you would have people actually diverting our attention away from Africa is because if the African diaspora was to come together on the continent of Africa, it would turn off the faucet.
Yo, did you call him Brother Sweaty instead of Brother Reggie?
All of Africa are standing on one of the most wealthiest continents on this planet, but the citizens are poor, and that's because of colonization. These European colonizers are still benefiting off of the.
Oh boy, blame the boogeyman. That's all they do, family. All they do is reshift the blame. They have no accountability for their failures.
Resources of Africa. So that is the most asinine statement for anybody to say that the CIA, anybody that points us to Africa.
Family, you owe me 70 more likes. Come on now, like the video. Let's go. Let's get the other family members in here.
The CIA, that's stupid. They turn us away from that. All right, and I know that y'all love brother Tariq, man. I know y'all do. And I can't say that I have any disrespect for him, but yo, I have to say, man, that it really gets on my last nerves when he's always making fun of our brothers and sisters off the continent. You know, with the bush meat barrister. He just
Okay, you see how they do this, family? They make it one-sided. The nicknames you get these guys, they're calling in Tariq Nasheed's show, not to agree, but to argue, debate, and a lot of them, like Revenue, be roasting and talking trash and being extra disrespectful. So we're supposed to just take the high road, right? You said they do, family. They select this clip or quote Tariq Nasheed, but don't give the full context. Why the dude name is Bushy Barrister? Why he's cooking these guys? All right, we want to act like that, like the attack never happened. Like these guys are a bunch of Karens, yo, conscious Karens.
just got all kind of negative things to say. And I do understand we got brothers and sisters on the continent that don't really like Black Americans. We ourselves, right here in America, don't like some Black folks, and we don't like them because they be acting like niggas. And so I can.
What do you? Yeah, just again, another guy who never lands his plane. There's nothing to learn. Look, this guy's been talking for 2 minutes, family. What have you learned from this guy? What sticks in your head? It's a bunch of conscious, caring community babble.
You can understand why Africans also don't like niggas. We do have low vibrational people among us here in America. All be acting like niggas, and so I can understand why Africans also don't like niggas.
So he could understand why a bunch of African booty scratchers don't like us. Family, they all do that. They justify Africa's disrespect and they condemn our critique or pointing out the disrespect. This is what they all do.
We do have low vibrational people among us here in America, but Tariq be like taking a brush and just painting everybody with this brush like they not a part of us. And when I was coming up, I always understood that.
What's his dude name? Moses. Yo, somebody find this dude channel. Can somebody type that dude name in and find his channel? Because I will call him out right now. Come over here live. Cook him in front of everybody. This is the weakest argument.
United we stand, divided we fall. So maybe the reason why FBA is being called the CIA, I would say the FBI. CIA refers to Black people that are working for European interests on the continent of Africa, which means an African working for America or an African working for the French or an African working for the British. That would be like a CIA type of person. And I would, if you're going to say anything about the FBA, you could say that they are FBI because those are the only people that would promote division in the African diaspora. Those are the only people that would make sure that we stay divided, and conquered so that we will never rise as a people. You have to have some type of mental illness in your head to work against your best interest, man. That's how I feel about FBA.
Family, that was all straw, man. He argued that Africans are all of a sudden our allies, our brothers and sisters, and by not aligning with them, we're being divisive and we're like limiting our growth. Just made up a straw man argument and then defended it.
So I would like to ask an FBA person, if y'all did get reparations, what y'all gonna do with that money? I think that y'all gonna do what we saw on the Dave Chappelle.
Thank you. There you go. Pocket watching, family. Pocket watching. What you gonna do with that money?
Show when they got their reparations and they turned right
Thank
around
you for the link. I'm
and
about to
gave
reach out
all that
soon.
money back to them white businesses and stuff. Man. That's the purpose of FBA.
I got my man.
Is to steal our money, is to steal reparations that belong to the Pan-Africans because we want to actually take the reparations over to Africa and build.
Wait, what you say? This guy said, he said reparation money we stole from Pan-Africanists and they want to take that reparation money to Africa and build Africa up. Yo, what the? I told you, all these guys are paid agents. These guys are paid troll farm agents.
Build a nation back to them white businesses and stuff, man. That's the purpose of FBA.
I got my man.
Is to steal our money, is to steal reparations that belong to the Pan Africans, because we want to actually take the reparations over to Africa and build a nation. We want to take the wealthy black folks, the black judges, the black military people.
So he's going to take wealth to Africa. What space you going to carve out? What space you going to kick people out from? And you're going to build a Wakanda nation. Like this guy, yo. Family, this is the goal now. The goal now, I told you it was always go back to Africa. So we got them. They were lying, saying, nah, we don't do that. He just said it. They want to get reparations, go back to Africa. We don't know where at, somewhere in the mountains, right? And they want to build a nation, a bunch of foundational African booty scratchers.
Black law enforcement, black engineers, black scientists. We want to build a nation on the continent of Africa so we can function like how we see the Asians function. They come over here, they set up their businesses, but the money that they make over here, it helps them build up a better community for themselves back on their home continent. The Mexicans been doing it. As a truck driver, I've seen it. Man, I used to go to Laredo. I started going to Laredo, Texas in like 2004. And Laredo, Texas was just a little desert border town between the United States and Mexico. I went down there like another 15 years later, man, and Laredo is like turning into a metropolis because Mexicans come in, they do their work, and the money that they make, they build a heaven for themselves or better communities for themselves in Mexico. All of these foreigners that come over here are doing it. We're the only ones that's not doing that. We make money. They put the money in this hand, and then we take the money and put it in this hand, and then we give it right back to them. We've been doing that for years, and FBA is starting to make us continue to do that with the way.
All right. Check this out, right? Look at my man, Chief Eagle Eye. None of you are going to have control of no resources in Africa. Stop it, nigga. What resources you got control over here in America?
Wait. No. You guys are romanticizing Africa, and he just told it. He told an obvious fact. You guys will never control resources in Africa. You'll never build a foundational African American booty scratcher in Africa. Y'all just babbling and talking. This is Oswald Bates rhetoric.
Be quiet, man. Stop talking dumb. Here you are in America calling yourself a Native American Indian. Show me what resources you got over here and you are in control. Show us. Stop playing games, man. Y'all niggas are crazy.
Case in point, no accountability. They'll redirect the criticism back to us. It's like, so you guys are critique proof, huh? Teflon critique.
So it's definitely all defamation. But again, family, I don't want this to be about Tariq. It's about Tariq's followers, right? Right. Because I know, listen, son, we've been around for a long time to see two people, and they get up in front and shake hands and say, we wasn't beefing.
Thank you for the super chat. Lineage Loves, first class citizen. He said, yeah, if that fairy tale were to become true, it would be because it was us who did all the work to build their homelands while they sit back and do nothing, but will want to claim the credit for it. Right. Good point. I hit him up. I'm gonna ask him that. Like, why would it take us to go build up Africa? Like, why us? Why can't they do it with the money they have? They get from Russia, they get from all the European countries, all the deals they have with China. Why can't they build up their country? Why would it take FBAs from a whole nother place on earth? Thousands of miles from y'all, know nothing about your culture, your terrain, know nothing about your infrastructure. Why would it take us to build up Africa? That is crazy, yo. And yeah, the dude just confessed it.
Right? We had a disagreement, but you got all of these people putting all this nastiness on the line, and they don't know none of them. Most of these people never met Brother Tariq, had a whole conversation with him. Me and Sarnetta have, just like Professor Small, right? We have.
Mhm.
People don't even know him. That's the craziest thing about it. They don't even know him. He don't spend no time with those people, but he do spend some time with us, so we can talk. But I want these jaw jackers. They want to have a debate. I already dismissed the whole reparations BS by case law. But anyway, I stopped talking. I said our brother Ankh there, and oh man, I look. It's just good that we can just talk.
Yeah. Okay. Let me bring on who I got. I got War Child and Golo. You can go back over there with that nut bag, brother. You can go hang out with that nut bag. We good. We good over here, bro.
Oh, what? So yeah, Reggie, I'm 100% with you on this. You know what I'm saying? The divide and conquer, just like Brother Moses just stated, divide and conquer. We've always had this kind of divisive language and psyops in our community. Okay, ever since even the Black Messiah movement, which was a debate that I just recently did, you know what I'm saying, that we're dealing with the Black leadership, you know what I'm saying, trying to tear down our Black leadership, our Black communities, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. And what we're doing is falling for it. All again, these cats that are freaking daggone peach fuzz little Negroes that ain't never marched in not one. You know what I'm saying? I was out there for Mumia Abdul. I was, you know what I'm saying, Abdul Jamal. I was out there on the Million Man March. I was at the Million Youth March. You know what I'm saying? Baby Fresh out there. You know what I'm saying? These cats ain't never been through, you know what I'm saying, watching helicopters sweeping over our heads, blowing the hair, you know what I'm saying, the dreadlocks while you standing on freaking daggone Marcus Garvey Park.
With assault rifles, hanging out the helicopter. Right?
So this what blows my mind. Like, and then here's the crazy thing. Sarnetta, you was 100% correct when you stated that they sound worse than Israelite brothers and sisters, because there are some Israelite brothers and sisters who would acknowledge their African, you know what I'm saying, genetic roots. But these cats over here are totally denying even DNA evidence. But if it was time for them to go to court, to trial, and they would want that DNA evidence to exonerate them from a murder.
Let me ask you a question, Zion.
Exonerate them from a baby that they don't believe they made. But all of a sudden, when it's time to prove, you know what I'm saying, you this or you that, oh no, we don't believe in that DNA. That's the white man thing.
Let me ask you, Zion, what's the difference between FBA in ADOS? What's the difference?
With the ADO
thing or
I don't know the ADO thing. I really don't understand.
Let me ask Dr. Reggie. Reggie would know.
With all these letters and stuff.
Reggie would know. What's the
So family, this is a weak attempt. When they can't beat us, they'll try to cause infighting. So I'm gonna fast forward this part. What's the difference between ADOS and FBA? That's why I shut that down when they come over here. Just a different name to label just a different label to name the lineage.
All right, let me bring on Unc, the God Killer, in the building.
Now Unc is another guy online, a failed YouTuber, unsuccessful, can't get more than 30, 40 live viewers, jealous of Tariq, jealous of anybody doing better than him. Online ain't saying shit, debunked 1,000 times, Owen and Infinity in debating, all clout chasers, hopping on another TV to get some clout. Bro, y'all not growing, bro. Okay? Your live viewership is being depleted. Nobody want to hear that Pan-African Mother Egypt bullshit, bro. That shit gone.
Good.
How y'all brothers doing?
Good, man. What's that, man?
I just want to be part of the generation.
Now, everything he gonna say is Tariq. Weird. I already cooked him like multiple times over here on this topic. Embarrassed the hell out of him.
That is not afraid to say some of the greatest people that ever resided on planet Earth are African Americans. That was Courtney.
Yeah, I don't know how to drop the link. This is StreamYard. I thought I dropped it before, but it was I don't know how to drop the link. All right, let me figure this out.
Transcontinental slave trade. So what I may say may be controversial, or I'm not this and not that. Let me first say I'm black and I'm proud. Simple as that. I'm black and I'm proud. But that's an African American thing. Simple as that. I'm not giving it to nobody else.
Nobody who called themselves African American made that. I'm black and I'm proud. Okay, nobody Black Power made that up.
Y'all can play this little crazy game and act like everybody black. It's only one black people, man. They reside in America. They lost their heritage. They lost their foundation. They lost their language. They lost their gods. They lost their damn minds. And we came out on the other side and turned something that was negative. Oh, them niggas. Oh, them Negroes. Oh, them colors. And we accepted being black and proud with the daggone fist up. So indigenous,
Yeah, I'm trying to find the
Africans
the link.
aren't black and proud, and they should not be. Now, if they accept it because of how serious we are, because the way we talk that talk, then power talk. So when it's time to get that money, though, look, man, if Africans from the continent slide their way and get that bread, I don't see you. You'll get that.
I do, because that's somebody. Look, you heard him. If some tethers from the continent slip in and siphon out our money with our names on it, he doesn't see you. I would do. Why don't you just pay him off? Why don't you hit him off? You know what I mean? One of these tethers dipping in my bank account. This clown said, "I don't see him. I don't see the tether." So they would rather ride with people 1,000 years ago over people of their so-called same lineage. That's crazy. Nobody in the world, nobody in mankind history would ride with another lineage over their own. This is crazy. This is crazy work here, family.
Now, if they accept it because of how serious we are, because the way we talk that talk, then power talk. So when it's time to get that money, though, look, man, if Africans from the continent slide their way and get that bread, I don't see you. Yo, get that bread. Get that bread.
I got the link. Who wants the link? Because I'm over here. Who wants the link? I'm not done with my show. Who wants the link? Who wants the link? Let me know. I got the link, but who wants it? I don't want to send it out unless somebody got some adversity. Unless they want to smoke.
And I ain't trying to call. I ain't snitching. Not at all. But in court, when it matters, on the highest level, man, you got to make a difference, man. You got to make a separation of who's who, because that's how the world works for real. We're a tribe unto our damn self. Powerful tribe. Serious. We built one of the greatest nations on earth, and the nation is great because it's on the foundation of our damn backs, and we did it for free. Simple as that. And yeah, Africans struggle all over the planet Earth. Of course they do, doing colonial powers. I get that. Look, man, I'm black and I'm proud, man. I asked for the FBA, he's scamming. Yeah, scamming. Why is he scamming?
Now the scammers are calling people scammers
because he's not telling the truth. We not the indigenous black people in America. That's a scam. It's not the truth. We can tell the truth. We can look it up. So when we start being,
Unc got to be the only human on YouTube that lost every debate they ever had, every public debate. He got to be the only person that lost every public debate on YouTube. Inky just wiped the floor with him just recently.
Oh, wow, and making up stuff ain't no more different than the Hebrew Israelites. Ain't no more different from people running around here and think they damn Egyptians and all that, because we're suffering from an identity crisis. So when I say I'm black and I'm proud, I'm not suffering from no damn identity crisis. For 20 years.
I got the link in there. Hurry up, man. This a small. I got my laptop. I forgot to bring my my backup batteries and stuff. All right.
Peace out, my bro. Peace. Take care, man. Next time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I didn't bring my charger, whatever. So once it's died, his live is over. So click the link and hurry up and come over. You ask for the link. You're interrupting the show. Let's talk. Let's go.
For 20 years, I done seen Sonetta outside with the banner with Africans in America burning.
Click the link. Who was going to click the link?
Man, the visual was powerful back in the day. See, y'all missed that. Y'all missed that visual. I seen it with the bullhorn. I seen the police harassing them.
Yeah, are they talking about Sonetta? Is this their king? Is they really? Because he's the second person that's like just massaging Sonetta. Like, pause. He said, so this is the real work. Going outside with a bullhorn, yelling at white folks everywhere you see them. That's the work we're talking about. How is that different from how is that different from Captain Tazariak? How is what Sonetta is doing different from Captain Tazariak? The way Unc just described it.
With Africans. So when I say I'm black and I'm proud, I'm not suffering from no damn identity crisis. For 20 years. For 20 years, I've been seeing Sonetta outside with the banner with Africans.
So this is the work. Sitting outside with a bullhorn and a banner of Africans
in America.
Daddy, where's my cord?
Burning.
Okay, over this one.
Man, the visual was powerful back in the day. See, y'all missed that. Y'all missed that visual.
Yeah, so that's the work.
I seen it with the bullhorn. I seen the police harassing them, shakes them from one corner to the next.
That sound like the the Hebrews is like, all right, we got Art. What's up, man?
Yo,
What's good? What's going on?
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was talking to some people in the chat. I need to clear some things up. They want me to clear it up with you too.
Okay.
So my question, more like a challenge, I guess you could say, is if a FBA, and the FBA could be anything. If he has one FBA parent, that makes him FBA. But if that other parent is anything else, we're dismissing that parent to just be FBA. We're dismissing that lineage just to be FBA, because you got the maternal and you got the paternal, and I don't think a lot of people understand that.
So
FBA,
you say his father, if his father's FBA and his mom, let's say, is Irish.
anything.
Yeah. So the Irish lineage is not FBA, right?
Right. But what we're doing here is we're saying that the FBA is not that.
Well,
so what we're doing is we're dismissing, let's say, a Caribbean lineage, a whole Caribbean lineage, to just say that this person is FBA, and we're standing on that.
Okay, so now let me help you out. This is a call, I think, revenue. I had to straighten out revenue, or somebody called in. I think it was Art, true to be told, whatever. Bro, it's about 3-4 stages. So for example, Drake got an FBA dad. He's not FBA, right? Because it's being of the lineage with one parent, two parents. That's not enough. You got to live an FBA experience. You can't have an FBA. So there's like 3 different things that all must tie in. So you have to have, you got to be part of the culture, the American culture. You have a bunch of Liberians, right? Don't they have an FBA father and mother? But why are they not considered FBA? Right? Because they're Liberian, right? So that's what they are. Now, the question mark is on the people with FBA parent and let's say a non-FBA parent, right? Maternal, paternal, and they are living an FBA culture, lifestyle, but they are having this dual allegiance, right? And becoming like kind of like a tether. Now, those are the question marks. We got to find out how to do that. But yeah, so just being born with an FBA father, no, that's not enough.
But
you got to check off.
Make it sound more like a tribe when you try to say that we gotta we kind of got to tinker. We got to arbiter. There's an arbitrarily decision
that's what it is, though.
To be made.
But that's the way it's going. It's not just me. It ain't like I made this shit up.
I know, but here's what I'm saying: that when a person is Irish, that means his family came from Ireland. When a person is Puerto Rican, it means his family came from Puerto Rico.
But over here, it's a little. It's not that straight. It's not that black and white over here, right? What we're doing over here is brand new. like nothing ever seen before. So our unique experience is not common, bro. It's not typical. Like we're the only minority living with amongst the majority, bro. Where else is that happening? So everything about us is unique and different. Like even the work we did in America and not get paid ever. That never happened before. So everything about and then be Jim Crowed and lynched, every red line, everything to never get no
We need
assistance.
reparations for Jim Crow. That needs to happen.
Nah, not Jim Crow. It's beyond Jim Crow, and it's beyond and before.
But
So
that was a conscious decision by the American government. That needs to happen.
yeah, but that's part of, again. See, you keep looking at one thing. It's not one thing. There's a connection.
No, that's part of it. I agree with you.
Yeah, but there's a connection. Yeah, but there's a connection of dots. So the bottom line is this: that FBA is going to have to agree on some things, voting, polls, and that's probably going to be the end all say all. So all we doing is just, pitching in our voices, saying what it should be and what shouldn't be. And when the people support, pull the lever, or whatever, those are going to be the standards and requirements. So we're like figuring things out, because initially it was just about the one dad or one parent thing, but we started to see, wait a minute, there's folks with one parent, one dad that never lived the FBA experience. No Jim Crow, no Black Reconstruction. They just got one parent, and now they're living as a Liberian or a Canadian or something else their whole entire life, and their residence, their citizenship is all Canadian, Liberian. Like, yeah, nah, that don't sit well. They didn't experience nothing we experienced. Nah, that's not enough. So that's why we're like being very, very specific. We're only 7 years into this, bro. So we're brand new. We're trying to figure this shit out. Nobody on earth has something like this. So there's a lot of things where we think we got it down packed. Like, for example, when Jesse Jackson came with African American, right? We didn't see that as an op move. We seen that as, all right, I guess it's the new term they want to call us. Oh well. We didn't realize that they were calling us African American based on a racial category. We thought it was an ethnonym, an ethnic name. That's what we thought it was. It wasn't until this whole delineation movement where we realized, wait a minute, so black the whole time was about everybody of African descent that come to America? We never thought that. I never thought that. We're like, wow, so it's talking about just everybody, recent immigrants, old immigrants, native. So you see, so we're like fixing shit. We're like, you know what? Let's make sure that don't happen again. It's about ethnic names. It's an ethnonym, no more race-based things. That's out. So 7 years in, this is brand new. The world has never seen this before, and everybody's really just following our lead. Even white people step back. It's, all right, listen, y'all go do it. Let us know what you got, and we'll see if we agree. So forth and so on. But yeah, the one parent thing, that's out. Is more. You got to have the experience culturally. You got to be American citizen. There's other things must qualify.
That's another part of the argument in the chat is basically that even if the man or woman that we're talking about has, a white parent and an FBA parent that's living through the FBA experience, that's a white man. So you got a white FBA, you got a white foundational Black American.
Wait, so you have a Black parent and a white parent, and the person is white?
Correct. And then you got the FBA experience.
No, but how?
What do you mean how?
How is a
What do you mean how?
Black? Okay, how does it? I'm trying to explain to you. You keep saying the same question over and over. So let's say Richard Pryor.
What do you mean how?
Are you listening? Let's say Richard Pryor had a baby with Madonna. You're saying the baby is white?
Well, you would clearly be able to tell that, they have some Black features, but I'm saying that you would definitely have white skin. You would definitely have pale skin in that baby.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Blackness don't have. When we say we're Black, that has nothing to do with an adjective. We're not describing how we look. I'm light skinned, bro.
Yeah, I get that term. I get the term.
So the paleness.
What I'm referring to it as is when somebody sees that baby and that baby says that he's FBA or she is FBA. That is not going to be taken lightly upon. And it's almost like that baby is going to have to.
It's easy, man. Like, you making this shit complex like a tether. It's easy. You just ask the baby where they from, who are their parents. It's easy to trace back, bro. There's a lot of people who look goddamn white and they're Black, and we.
This is an argument but once they had with your chat on your live.
It's not my chat, bro. It's a regular chat, regular people.
Don't deflect. It's your chat on your live.
You got it.
That's what I'm arguing.
Shit. Get up out of here, bro. Motherfucker said if the kid looks white, that's good enough. So we just gonna get rid of science, right? Hey, no wonder the chat cooking you, man. Let me get that fool out of here. Yeah, the dude sound like Mr. USA Docs. Yeah, if I see his name, pick where's this guy's name at? Let me find his name, get him out of here.
Always saying, fist up, black and I'm proud. So why now ain't we black and I'm proud? And then why we want to put black and proud on somebody else just because we perceive that they look like us?
Where's this guy?
Nah, dog, we went through what we went through. And I want a baby to always connect back to that pain. Because when I connect back to that pain, it makes me want to stand up and figure out what the hell is going on.
Let me get rid of this guy.
So Reggie, I appreciate the show. Appreciate what you're doing. But I'm black and I'm proud, and I ain't giving that to nobody else.
Can I ask you a question? Because I always agree with you, like 90, 80, 85, 90%. What's the point of banging on? What's the point of banging on only 12 million people who are immigrants from other places, right? What are we getting from that?
I don't think it's banging. I think somebody got to say it though, bro.
There you go.
It's like being in the night.
Thank you for talking. Let me get you up out of here. I was trying to find your name, or I couldn't find it at first. I'm glad I got it. All right, you stupid as hell, man. This dude said, if you look at a baby, that's going to cause confusion because, see, optically, you can't really tell. Well, bro, a lot of our ancestors during the 1800s, 1900s, they passed for white. You know what pass for something means, right? That means you're not that. All right. Let me get this guy out of here. All right, Art, go to a Pan-African channel, bro. You're out of here. Toodaloo.
Nah, Valley.
This dude said Richard Pryor, Mariah, and Madonna have a baby. The baby is white. Just stupid ass up out of here, bro. Like, I don't want no stupid supporters. I'm telling you, man. I want to brag about the chat. Yeah, my chat smart as hell. Like, they're not easy convinced on stupid shit. A black man and a white woman have a baby. The babies.
Yo. And if you're a Nubian, and if you're a Kemetan, ain't nothing wrong with standing up and say, I'm this and you that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
But they're not making an impact. Look, it's 67 million Latinos that really come for our food, right? They move us from block to block. There ain't no noise from the FBA on that. You banging on.
Gotta be nicer though, bro. I get it. Like I wouldn't go at it about that way because no need to make enemies, right? But have you ever heard what other people say out their mouth about us? See, we can't act like they don't do it, Reg. We can't act like it don't happen. I'm saying I'm not the one to be divisive. Listen, I'm not the one to be divisive. I'm not the one to be mean. So I think tweaking them is real mean, yo. Calling people Tevers and all that, the whole mean spirited, bro.
Now, this guy's a crash out king like the other guy that was called in last night. These are crash out kings. Yeah, these are the crash out kings. They have no self-control. They teach self-righteousness. They teach self-help, self-awareness, but they have no self-control before the public. And they're saying Tariq Nasheed is emotional and mean. People call into his channel to disrespect him and the lineage. And he's supposed to just take that. No, we're a culture of people that got jokes, right? We're a culture of jokes. You call in trying to roast us, we don't take it serious like that. We just fry back. And we got the better jokes and you're mad. And we got a super chat in the building. First class citizen, $5 super chat. The lineage love is real. He says Adam Clayton Powell and Walter White were class examples of such phenotypes, but were black Americans. Right. And there's so many more out there. But yeah, exactly.
Seriously. So no, I'm not trying to make enemies, right? And there will be a time where the communities come together, Africans and American, and the Africans and Continental. And the
Africans and American, bro.
The African, okay, he's talking about the African immigrants and the ones that never made it over here. They're going to get back together because he definitely ain't calling us Africans in America.
Bro, there'll be times we could work together, right? But I want to work with you not because you got.
Yeah, but why don't you go work with them? Why, yo, these are the guys that don't take our position. These guys don't want to delineate. They want to kiss ass. Okay, so go build. Show us. Hey, look at all my African business partners. Look at all the Africans who joined my organization to help us grow. Show us this reality where Africans and a bunch of Black American Pan Africans can get along and get shit done. Show us, man. All we see is Foundation Black Americans caping for Africans. We never see the African stamp. Never. Show us the Africans who are letting you lead and they're supporting you. You're never going to see that. You know why? Because they know Pan-Africanists, but they think the Pan-Africanists are a bunch of stupid people. So they'll never let Pan-Africans lead away and they stand behind them just to support and donate. Hell no.
My skin color. I want to work with you because you got my best interest at hand, right? Why we always got to be the ones, dog? I mean, we the ones that lost everything, bro. We lost everything, bro. Why we got to be the ones, yo? Why is it always what they saying? But nah, bro. Why we got to fake it? We don't got to fake it, yo. When I go visit Africa, I'm visiting Africa. It's the motherland for all of humanity, bro. I'm not caught up in this thing. Well, that's not. No, they don't even remember us. They not supposed to. That's a whole different situation. This is a different situation, and it is what it is, bro. So no, I'm not saying being mean, Reg, but somebody got said though, bro.
Okay,
I'm black and I'm proud, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, Reg.
Okay, so now say it when it real. Say it.
All right. So now the two Pan-Africans arguing. All right. The two African ass kissers are arguing. So we got Terrell Levans. We got a super chat of $20. Lineage Love is present today, Sunday. You dig? This is Choich. Okay, they keep making our point about delineation, but don't understand why we must do it. Right. This is why they come over here, family. They come over here, they all crash out. They call it Tariq, they crash out. They call Jason Black. They cannot just maintain their composure and just have a simple conversation about what you believe in. They all crash out because our talking points and our stance is undefeated. We didn't even got to be the most knowledgeable. Just have a few questions in mind about Pan-Africanism, and they're going to crash out. Revenue, all of them.
Say, I'm not talking about you, Uncle. I'm saying, say when it means something, when people are really doing something instead of talking. People have a right to their opinion, but their opinion don't move the needle. It don't make no sense, but to go and hunt for it, to beat the.
All right, so this is retarded Reggie trying to make the argument that immigrants, Afro-African immigrants, when they speak hate about us, he's saying their hate, their vocal hateful expressions about FBAs, it don't move the needle. Nobody's listening. It don't affect nothing. Life goes on. We're ill-affected. This is Reggie's bone-bred retarded imagination. Let them hate on you. Let them call you names. Unc said let them siphon in our reparations money. So Reggie, that don't move the needle either. They're stripping our bank accounts. Unc said that. But family, they got to be worse than sellouts, family. That's what we got names from. We call them PAL, P-A-L-L, Pan-African Lion Losers, and we call them DOCs, D-O-C-C, Dusty Off Cold Coons. Okay? And we're working on African Ass Kissers, something like that.
Divisive. It's just crazy.
You know what's Reggie? Sometimes that's all somebody got.
I got it. So yeah, so we're gonna go with African Ass Suckers. I know that sounds a little whatever, but that's the acronym ASS. That's AAS. All right, these guys are ass. They're African Ass Suckers, man.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Like, see, I ain't never thinking I'm the weak one out the situation. I ain't never the mark, yo. So I know what I stand for, right? And I get rotten tomatoes thrown at me. Just trying to raise the education level one notch at a time. Grow with me. That's all I ever wanted to do. That's all you ever wanted to do. That's all something that I ever wanted to do. And they throw tomatoes at us, bro, just for having ideas. if I push forward for scientific literacy, big up the Dr. Oyamayat, and I push for that in colleges and universities where people look just like me, right? Why is it there's a whole YouTube stream of people that always talking cash crap about me? As if I'm supporting some kind of white entity, as if science is a white man's thing. Like, it's the most divisive.
No, oh boy, no, dude, they're getting on you on the internet because you're ass, AAS. You're an African ass sucker. That's why they're getting on you, bro. It's not because they think you're a white supremacist ass sucker. They think you're an African ass sucker. That's why they're getting on you all over the internet.
Crazy thing I've ever heard in my life, bro. When a person say that's the white man science, bro,
scammers. Oh,
right? Then you basically saying
African ass scammers.
Right? That you are afraid, right? You feel marginalized, right? And you feel inferior.
African.
Yeah, to the point where you would think that white people are the people who laid the foundation for what later on becomes science. You are.
Yeah, ASS can stand for African sorry scammers. We're getting there.
Inferior. I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm supposed to know everything I'm supposed to know. I feel like I can compete on the highest level. And for us to compete on the highest level, we have to be one intellectual.
I got it. ASS stands for African sellout scammers. We're going to just omit the O. We're going to omit the O. The O doesn't count. African sellout scammers.
Right? We got to be able to take them damn shoes off and kick the hell out of somebody when it's time. We got to be able to put on a suit and tie sometimes. We got to be able to put on a sweatsuit. Right?
So,
we got to be able to talk to indigenous African people when they come over here and be nice, right? But when they play that game with their businesses, then we got to play that game with our businesses because we competing at the end of the day, bro.
let me ask you, do you agree that we have become and we have evolved into our own people now?
Yes, of course we are, bro. Everybody recognizes but us.
Right. And everybody recognizes beside it. We got Tora Levon, I think your name was, super chat in the building again. $20, Lineage Love. I appreciate that big time. Definitely gonna go to Target on you. Thank you for that. I'm gonna get some thermals. You dig? But you said the Pan-Africanist keeps talking about FBA ain't doing nothing when all I see is reparation rallies all across the country, and the ones trying to undermine that are tethers and these Pan-Africanists. 100% fact. All they do, like, they're so bored, and they talking about the work they do. Family, these folks are unemployed when it comes to activism. These are unemployed activists. That's what we're gonna call them. We're gonna call them unemployed activists. All the work they're doing. What work, man? You guys are unemployed activists. There's no work to be shown. Okay.
Daddy, there's another one.
If you are working, your work is unsatisfactory. You got to get fired. Got to get laid off. Where is the work? You go to conferences, you join book clubs, you write books all day long. There's no work. So now, I never thought Unc was going to agree with him. Hey, so is it true that we're a whole different people? See, they play and pick and choose when they want to accept science. Like, ethnogenesis is the real thing. You don't got to believe me. Go look it up, man.
And at the end of the day, bro.
Let me ask you, do you agree that we have become and we have evolved into our own people now?
Yes, of course.
Got him. Got him.
We are, bro. Everybody recognizes but us. We influence the world, bro. So why are we afraid to continue? I am not afraid to say, man, they want to dance like me, bro.
You finally said it.
They want our women to be like. They want our women. They want the women that we got that look like they women. They want to look like our women. Dude, we push policy around here. We push culture around here. We create a whole music form, jazz, country, hip hop. We serious, yo.
Yeah, but I gotta push back just a little bit.
I know you do that. Of course,
first black people that called themselves black, right? Was the Haitians.
So what?
They're the first people that fought, got their own land, and started anything successful called Black Power. They did. Not the Black Power exactly like us, but in America, not because we have separate movements, but the fact that and there's people in Europe who were trafficking through the slave trade, and there's Black Europeans. We have our own.
Reg.
I'm saying I'm saying that.
Look it up, Reg.
I'm saying
nobody said what you just said. That's an obscure fact, Reggie. I'm saying when you think about Black people, you think about those people in America, yo.
Only Black Americans, Black people in other
Khalid Muhammad's, the Black Panther Party.
No, I understand, but before that, it was
the Sarnettas.
It was the
Reggies.
Okay? I study history. I study
hip hop influenced the world, bro.
I got an honors in Black studies. I studied the Black world. There are other people who are Black just like us in the community.
No, the Desolini Les Nora doesn't work. They used that as a war chant, to galvanize truth. They didn't call themselves that as their ethnonym, Reggie. You're lying. You didn't study nothing. All that Pan-African study goes in the garbage if your teacher was Sister Saraseti.
Made it up. Nobody believe that, though. Nobody believe that. Nobody believe that, Reggie. Nobody believe that, Reggie.
Well, no, see what you're doing is you
would have to be a slave first, though, Reggie. You know that, right? That's a prerequisite, Reggie.
Wait, you're pushing me off, good brother.
No, I'm saying that's a prerequisite. I'm just saying that's a prerequisite. I'm saying that's a prerequisite, Reggie. You have to go through the transcontinental slave trade and land on the shores of North America. Go through slavery, act like they let you free, go through Jim Crow, right? Go through sharecropping, go through the civil rights movement.
So another Pan-Africanist cooked another Pan-Africanist on how we became Black in America. You dig? So when they pretend that they don't understand, you see, this is a Pan-Africanist. He gets it, and he's getting it. All right, but the rest of them that act like it makes no sense. This is over. I'm just gonna play this clip right here. I'm gonna play this clip of a Pan-Africanist saying exactly what we're saying. We're the only Black people in America, and you see, it's easy to understand. People fight against it,
yo, and still go to we just harm them because they Black. All this we go through, bro, go through. Black people look like us, give us misinformation in a time of crisis. You got to go through all that and come out on the other side, and then you realize, Reggie, hey man, I'm Black and I'm proud, bro. That's part of our experience, bro.
Black nation.
I don't care, Reggie.
Haiti.
I don't care, Reggie. I don't even know that, Reggie, till you just said it, Reggie. You're bringing an obscure fact. Nobody's thinking about that, Reggie.
Right. He's talking about Desolini. Desolini said, we are Haitians. He didn't say we are the Black people. When he gave himself a name, they used Les Noir, the Black, to galvanize against the whites, right? So it was like kind of like a descriptor. And it was temporary. It was used for war only. Once they got themselves free from the control, the French control, they dropped that and they took on Haiti. Desolini didn't say, hey, from now on, this is our name. We're Les Noir. He didn't say that. He said, we are Haitian. Brother Reggie is a retarded fool.
I said, hey, the first Black nation is on Haiti. No, they saying them dudes in America is Black. Them ones that created hip hop, the language, the lingo, the flavor. Do you know we got our own dialect, Mr. Reggie?
Of course I do.
We got our own way we talk, the way we love, the way we do, the way we raise our kids. Bro. We bring flavor to Christianity. You didn't know that? You got Black people that think the Hebrew Israelites.
Yo, you're not letting that retarded fool talk. This is beautiful. Shut him down because he has nothing to say, man. A bunch of tetherbell.
And they quicker than any Hebrew Israelite you ever seen in your life. They more Israelite than the people that really come from Palestine that you did. You ain't seen them on the corners with the colorful outfits and the Power Ranger outfits and all that. You ain't seen them. Man, that's Black people, bro. We Black and we proud, yo.
All right, yo. Hold on. I want Unc to see the sickness of now they starting to sound just like the white man.
Right.
If you love Africans so much, go back.
Okay, so here we go. Well, that's sickening. I thought he was going to say we're like roasting them. Okay, so Sanet is cherry picking. You see how he had a rebuttal for anything Unc just said. anecdotal stuff. We're 43 million deep. Some of us going to post some rude things, you dig? But that one post will represent the entire lineage, and we don't even stamp it. Like some things we just don't stamp. All right. Some voices we stamp. Like some voices we stamp. We stamp my voice, Afro, Elite, Black Afro, Mel, Tariq. The list goes on. Dennis Burley. Like we stamp certain voices, other voices we don't stamp. Okay. So a regular FBA can't just yell out some foolishness and we like, yeah, that message is approved over here. No, some things we just don't stamp. Like we don't stamp all behavior of FBA. You dig? We don't stamp the gangbanging. So, Sonetta, you can just compose a regular gangbanger doing some wild stuff that don't represent the lineage, bro. Okay, we have high standards over here. So he's cherry picking. But let's go let's go dollar for dollar. Let's go clip for clip. Okay. Um, you show one of us say something crazy about an African booty scratcher. Let me show African booty scratchers talking tough about us for no reason. And let's see who gets further. He said he got a clip of an FBA person saying, "Go back to Africa, make Africa great." Yo, that's what they're supposed to do. That's brain circulation. That's not offensive. That's like somebody telling a homeless person, "Get a job." How is that offensive? That's what the person needs to do.
Right. Yeah.
Go back. Don't the white man say that to us? Huh? Go back to Africa.
I don't
Like the
we
white.
got the camera on me. So get the camera off me, man. Listen. Okay,
Yeah,
that's okay. That's a little.
I understood the question that as well.
Hey, yo, that's a little. Hold on.
Okay,
Now I remember
still my
Reggie.
show.
Let me say this, Reggie.
I got a chance. No, it's still my show, right? Still
Reggie,
my
why
show.
you gotta say that, Reggie?
Right, no, because I want to talk.
Yes,
Because I
sir.
want to talk. Because it's my show.
Yes,
Because
sir.
I want
Reggie.
to talk.
Reggie, right? He got rights. He's right.
You got the
I'm
right
not
stuff,
going to stop
Reggie.
anybody from talking.
You right, Reggie.
Okay. My show is about why the foundational Black Americans are deceiving our people. It's not about all the nuances that we have that we need to talk about.
Okay.
Because those things are not relevant. What it is what the foundational Black Americans are they saying is truthful. That's all. Now I'll give it back. I just wanted to say that.
Right.
He just said what the foundational Black Americans are saying is truthful. Again, listen, family, their hatred, they can't help but to speak of us as an organization, as a movement, even though we keep saying, hey, we're not a movement. We're not. Like there's people who are not on code, but if they got a parent that's FBA and they live the FBA experience, that person can be Larry Elder. He's FBA. So if we are an organization, if we are a movement, do you think we would include Larry Elder? So the fact that we're calling him FBA, Thomas Sowell FBA, that shows that it's not a movement, it's not an organization, because they would not be invited. They wouldn't be branded. Okay, so the proof is not an organization movement. It's clear. We're saying if your father comes from this lineage, or your mom, or both, and you have the FBA experience, and you got the FBA glow, Art must don't have it. Art sounds like he has a Drake situation. Like he was FBA parent, he was raised in the UK or Canada or somewhere else. He did all of his life, and he just moved over here, tethered over here, looking for some handouts, and now he want to be FBA. He sounds like a Liberian, to be honest. If I could guess one, he sounds like he's a Liberian. He has an FBA parent way back in the 1800s. They got shipped by the ACS to Liberia against their will. They took on the Liberian ethnogenesis. They know the language. They got the culture. There's no swag. He don't know shit about collard greens. And he over here, he don't know nothing about barbecue chips. And he over here, grape soda. And he over here trying to come back over here for opportunities. Now he's cosplaying and want to be down. No, bro. You don't have the glow. Sorry, Art. You're not FBA. And shit, we might be taking some FBA cards. But the Larry Elders in the near future, when everything gets squared away, we might have the ability to denaturalize some of y'all and make y'all tether, honorary tether.
So
remember I told Say Cool to go back to Africa. Remember that? Everybody got mad at me. They actually forgot that his grandmother lived in Africa. And his mother that was raised in Africa, they was like, yo, I can't believe you said that. I say the man, he was born and raised in Africa. Yo, that's not a slur to him. And when you tell me to go back to my grandmother's house down south somewhere or whatever, I don't think it's a slur. Y'all be like, nigga, I can go back to my grandmother's house. Now what?
You're great.
Right? So I'm saying we need to get out this crisis and identify with who we are. Yeah, we got to embrace this. We got to lean into being black and proud. We got to lean into being African Americans, yo. Yo, that's the greatest power we got. You know what it is, yo. You know how people really survive, yo. People survive when they actually lean into who they are, yo. If you're a tough guy on the street, lean into it. If you're a smooth guy on the street, lean into it. It's only when a smooth guy try to be a tough guy or a tough guy try to be a smooth guy is when it all falls down and falls apart, bro.
My point again is that my show is about whether or not the FBA is right about reparations, right?
They don't care. I didn't know they cared about that, Reggie. I didn't know they was really doing that. Did they really care about that?
Yeah, they care about. That's why I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show, but listen. So
I'm with you on that though, Reggie. You know that, right?
I'm African American. I'm African American. I've been to Africa and I came back. Right? I'm African American.
You ain't.
But my business here is to deal with a group of people who is hijacking our culture and trying to make it for something that is not, and trying to dictate to us this new generation of these people who are pseudos who don't know history and law. I'll stop, but I respect everything that everybody says, but where's the FBA's? Where's the FBA people? Where y'all? Okay, I'll stop.
That man hand painted on the screen. And his hand stuck.
Yeah, that dude just said a bunch of garbage. I'm gonna try to switch to my phone to the short echo, I think. So how do I do this? How can I do this? My laptop about to die, so I switched to the phone. Let me see if I can. How you share a screen from your phone? Shit, fucked up. Ooh. Oh. All right. Let me go back. Because the laptop about to die. I'm trying to hairpin switch before that happens. Give me a second. Yo, what the hell is he talking about, bro? And you see now they're clapping. Like, look at that. He's disrespecting the lineage, and they're clapping. But if he said that about Africa, how degenerate they are, ass backwards, primitive, they would have all flamed them, family. So y'all don't see it's a green light on us. You can disrespect us all day long under the guise of critiquing us or giving suggestions. But if we did that to Africa, family, all hell will break loose. And that's why we got to keep doing it. All right, so I think I got it. I can show my screen now. I think. Oh, wait, let me read some super chats. I see the super chats. I think already old. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Those are old super chats. I think oh. So Boxer 101. Damn. Let me send a link to Boxer 101. Hey, Boxer 101, just call in. Click that link, buddy. All right. Let me find out how to share my screen through the phone. Shit. Okay. I'm doing that. How to share your screen from the phone? Okay, not that. Goddamn screen. Before my thing dies. That ain't it. Let me figure this shit out. Let me play the video until my screen dies.
We misappropriate our time. We misappropriate our relationship. Everything, bro. Like y'all be coming on here channel with this black culture lean in it, bro. It ain't no black culture, bro. We have name a functional aspect of our culture that we continuously have, bro.
We science. We create programs.
Bro, that's not no functional aspect of our culture. It is rare. It is extremely rare in our
Why
community.
would you ask a question and then start talking?
Let me try it now. Oh my God. You really can't. It's that goddamn hard to share my screen. Oh. All right. So as you see, they got some infighting with the Pan-Africanists, right? So Punk, I guess, got tired of being an FBA hater, an ass, an ass. He was tired of being an African ass sucker. So he started to acknowledge obvious things. How to share shit. How to share your phone screen stream. Here we go. StreamYard. Now let's see how to. Okay, here we go. So how to share from your phone. Let's see, because I want to finish this right here at home. I'm getting hungry. I gotta get out of here. All right, yeah. So they having some civil wars in the Pan-African community. Some of them starting to wake up, starting to say, "Yeah, I'm tired of lying. I'm tired of being a Pan-African lying loser. Let me be real, okay? Let me just." It just, you can't claim to be pro-science and then deny an ethnogenesis. I remember I had retarded Reggie on my show, and I mentioned ethnogenesis. He said, "I hate that word." I'm like, "Reggie, that's a real word." Now I didn't know he. Now at this point, I was very nice to Reggie. I was very passive. I didn't know he was like all out FBA hater. I'm thinking like he's open to listen and engage. When it became evident that he just a hater, man, when he came on again, man, I'm gonna play the video, long lost videos where Reggie pulled up along with a couple Jamaican tethers. I used to flame their ass. All right, so let's see. Can you show us? Let's get to the share screen on your phone. Okay, so we got all that. All right. Come on. Oh, she ain't gonna show it. Is she gonna show it? Yeah, she showed everything but a screen share. I'm trying to use StreamYard because I didn't pay for the month already, $88. Zoom only costs $14. I'm like, yo, let me at least get my month's worth. Okay, how to share screen. Let me see. Maybe I gotta make the first video, how to share your screen from your phone, because I don't see any of them saying that. That's, all right. Is this it? Yeah, I probably gotta make the first video, how to share your screen once I figure this thing out. If I can't share my screen, I can't finish the damn show. Stop it. And like when you're under pressure, when you're live, it makes it that much harder to find it. I'm like rushing, like, where is it? Are you gonna show how to share it? Oh my God. Yeah, family, I don't see one video how to share your screen for your phone on StreamYard. Is that even possible? Reggie's an African booty scratcher lover. He kisses African butt cheeks and licked their ass cracks, totally clean. Glamming and scamming is the name of their game. They too old to keep playing Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's another thing, family. When these guys get a certain age, they're done. That's why most people, when you could find older people like myself, that's on code, that's like adaptable, adjustable, that updates their brain with modern time, with modern things that concerns the lineage. Like we are the ones who are really the elders. You dig? An elder ain't just an old stupid fool that just talks. An elder is somebody who's older, that the youth seems like old. Okay, you're old, but you're totally still relatable to them. And saying when you're totally relatable to the youth, that means that you can give advice and they will accept it. That's an elder. You're not an elder if you give advice and nobody accepts it. That means the well is poison. And a true elder is an older person who's relatable to the youth. Okay, extremely relatable, and their words are seen as wise and as wisdom, meaning that they will take heed to those words. You're not an elder yelling stuff at kids, and they're like, "Man, get out of here, old man! Get out of here, old woman! Get out of here, Miss Gertie Gert!" No, your words got to resonate. They got to mean something to those people, and they got to want to take those words and then apply those words and see the results of those words being positive. And you dig? That's what makes you elder, not just a yelling buffoon on a microphone. All right. Okay. No. Stay. Invite guests. Bro, your accent ain't. Oh, you said my accent ain't. I'm just saying, like, if they no real elders, like, first of all, I don't agree with the whole elder thing. Period. But I'm just giving like example of how I would imagine an elder would be. If there's a such thing as an elder, they got to be older people in the community that's relatable and respectable in the community, where the youth actually embrace them, respects them, listen to their words, consider their words. And when they apply those words, when they finally apply those words check out. You dig? They are gold. They're valuable to that youth. That makes them come back and ask another question. That makes her come back and ask for more suggestions. I remember I asked an elder. It was DJ Focus Dad. Like, what prices should I charge my clients? And he gave me my first price because I didn't know what to charge. So we talked about it. He gave me a number. I explained my business and who I'm targeting and what am I doing. And he gave me a price, DJ Focus Dad. I asked the elder. He gave me advice. He suggested the price. It worked. It worked. I as my business grew and I became better, more proficient, I charged more. That's the nature of business. But I actually asked what you guys would call an elder, which is DJ Focus Dad. That's what I would consider an elder. All right. Private chat layout. Recording. I didn't press every button imaginable. And none of them were the share your screen button. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, I gotta cancel the subscriptions, go with my YouTube, my Zoom. But yeah, how you can't? It says That's wild. Hansel Irby says, my biggest issue with Pan-Africanism, it existed for 200 years. I haven't seen any results. Pan-Africanism hasn't benefited Black Americans at all. Zero. Zero. All right, so it looks like Pennyland isn't a real place. Pennyland. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to go on Zoom from now on. Yeah, so you know, family, I'll just get back on about 8:30. It's late anyway. It's late. I start off late because I went to bed 4 o'clock. We had it lit last night live. I went to bed early. I went to bed late, but early morning, 4 a.m., something like that. I woke up at 12:44 p.m. Just like the latest I ever woke up before, like my life, like as an adult. I couldn't believe it was 12:44. So let me drop my son off. We were chilling out, and I'm gonna go live in about. No, actually, I'm gonna hang out with him a little bit, and we're gonna. I'm gonna go live. At the other location about like 8 because I don't want to be on too late. About 7:38, family. So check notifications. 7:38. We're gonna pick up on the Hotepers. Since I cannot go live, I cannot share my screen. Let me try one more time. Am I able to share my screen? This is like the weirdest thing. I definitely got to cancel this. Or is there? Unless it's a StreamYard app. Let me see. Before I hang up, let me see if there's a StreamYard app. If there's a StreamYard app. Yeah, they're trying to hold on. They're trying to, what's funny? They're all coming together now. The Hotepers, like all the Egyptian people, because the Hotepers were not necessarily Pan-Africanists. You feel me? But the Hotepers are getting down with the Pan-Africanists, trying to breathalyze each other, trying to breathe life into each other. If we just join hands, we can do it. All right, anyway, let me charge this laptop up. I'll be back 7:38. Peace to the family, the lineage. Respect. Make sure you like the video on your way out. And thank you for the super chats. Thank you for those who've been cash apping. $5, $2 there. Thank you. I've been buying coffee and bagels, everything with that. So definitely looking out. You know what? I might go live right away because I don't want to be on too late. So I might just drop my son off and go live. Hold on. Yeah, I might go live right away. Go to Starbucks and just go live to Starbucks. Let me see. So that is the Cash App. Anybody want to donate $1, $2, whatever? No issue. But if you do donate to the Cash App, I will be getting those coconut macaroons we talked about last night with some coffee. All right, family, peace. I want to see y'all a little later, very shortly. We got to finish up on these Hotepers.